Have you ever felt a tug of war within yourself? A constant pull between doing what feels right and doing what feels easy. One side feels peaceful and fulfilling, while the other feels like it's pulling you into habits and choices that don't quite serve you in the long run. What you're experiencing is the dynamic between your higher self and lower self. These two aspects of your being shape your thoughts, actions, and how you navigate the world. In this guide, we'll explore what the higher self and lower self really are, how they interact within you, and how you can choose to align with your higher self to live a life of greater purpose, peace, and fulfillment. Understanding the higher self. The higher self is the purest, truest version of who you are. It's the part of you that exists beyond your physical body, your thoughts, and your emotions. It represents your highest potential and is in perfect alignment with your soul's purpose. Your higher self is always in a state of wisdom, compassion, and love. It knows the big picture of your life and guides you toward decisions that will lead to growth, fulfillment, and true happiness. When you are connected with your higher self, you feel a sense of inner peace. Your choices are guided by love and a deeper understanding of what truly matters in the long run. This part of you does not get bogged down by fleeting desires, fears, or judgments. Instead, it operates from a place of clarity, understanding that everything in life serves a purpose, and that every experience, good or bad, is an opportunity for growth. In simple terms, your higher self is your inner compass. It knows who you are at your core and nudges you in the direction that will help you evolve into the best version of yourself. It sees the potential for greatness in you, even when you may not be able to see it yourself. Understanding the lower self. In contrast, the lower self is the part of you that is often driven by the ego. The lower self is reactive. It responds to external stimuli, fears, and desires in ways that keep you attached to temporary pleasures and avoid uncomfortable truths. This aspect of you is focused on instant gratification, external validation, and the avoidance of discomfort. The lower self wants you to stay in your comfort zone, where things feel predictable and safe, even if it means sacrificing your true potential or long-term happiness. The lower self is not inherently bad. It is simply the aspect of you that is influenced by fears, insecurities, and survival instincts. It often operates from a place of scarcity, making you feel like there's not enough love, success, or happiness to go around. It's the part of you that might hold on to negative emotions like jealousy, guilt, or resentment, or convince you to make choices based on what others expect from you, rather than what your soul truly desires. When you are aligned with your lower self, you may feel disconnected from your true purpose. You might make choices that bring short-term satisfaction, but leave you feeling empty in the long run. You may find yourself caught in cycles of self-doubt or unhealthy patterns of behavior that prevent you from living the life you are meant to live. The battle between the higher self and lower self. The higher self and lower self are both within you, constantly influencing your thoughts and actions. The battle is not an external one, but an internal struggle, a choice that you face every day. On one side, the higher self urges you to rise above your fears, trust in the process of life, and make choices that align with your soul's purpose. On the other hand, the lower self tries to keep you rooted in what is comfortable, familiar, and safe, even if it means staying stuck or avoiding growth. This internal battle is what many of us experience daily. You might feel pulled to do something meaningful, something that aligns with your values, but then the lower self steps in, whispering fears or doubts that hold you back. Or you might find yourself choosing comfort or distractions instead of taking the brave step toward personal growth or change. For example, let's say you've been feeling the call to pursue a new career or start a new creative project. Your higher self tells you that this path will bring you fulfillment and align you with your true purpose. However, the lower self starts to feel scared. What if you fail? What if it's too hard? What if it's too late? This fear, anxiety, and self-doubt are all part of the lower self, trying to keep you in a place of safety, even if it means staying stagnant. The key to living a fulfilling life is to learn how to recognize when the lower self is leading you astray, and how to strengthen your connection with the higher self. By doing so, you can begin to make choices that are in alignment with your soul's purpose, even when it's uncomfortable or uncertain. How to recognize the influence of the higher self. When you are in alignment with your higher self, you feel a sense of calm and peace. Your decisions are guided by intuition, and you trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. You make choices based on love, compassion, and a deep understanding of what truly matters in the grand scheme of life. Here are a few signs that you are listening to your higher self. You feel a sense of inner peace, even in the midst of challenges. You make decisions that feel authentic and true to your values. You trust your intuition and act from a place of love and clarity. You experience moments of flow when everything seems to fall into place effortlessly. You feel connected to a greater purpose, and your actions are aligned with that purpose. When you're aligned with your higher self, you are living from a place of authenticity. You are no longer chasing external validation or worrying about what others think. Instead, you are driven by a deep sense of purpose and the desire to contribute positively to the world. How to recognize the influence of the lower self. On the other hand, when you are aligned with your lower self, you might feel anxious, fearful, or disconnected. Your decisions are often reactive, based on what feels comfortable or easy in the moment, rather than what is truly in your best interest. Here are a few signs that you are listening to your lower self. You feel stressed, anxious, or overwhelmed by the choices you make. You make decisions based on fear, guilt, or the desire for external approval. You find yourself stuck in negative thought patterns or self-limiting beliefs. You chase temporary pleasures or distractions to avoid dealing with deeper emotions. You feel disconnected from your true purpose and unsure of your direction in life. The lower self is often rooted in fear, insecurity, and the desire for control. It convinces you that you need to stay in your comfort zone, even if it means sacrificing your growth or happiness. Recognizing when the lower self is taking the lead is the first step toward reclaiming your power and choosing a path of greater fulfillment. Aligning with your higher self. Now that we've explored the differences between the higher self and the lower self, let's talk about how to strengthen your connection with your higher self and begin living in alignment with your soul's true purpose. It's not about rejecting the lower self. It's about recognizing when its influence is holding you back and choosing to listen to the higher, wiser voice within. Here are a few simple steps you can take to align with your higher self. 1. Practice mindfulness and presence. The first step to connecting with your higher self is to become more mindful and present. When you are mindful, you are able to observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment. This allows you to discern whether your thoughts are coming from the higher self or the lower self. Mindfulness helps you become aware of the subtle nudges of the higher self and prevents you from getting swept up in the noise of the lower self. 2. Listen to your intuition. Your intuition is a direct connection to your higher self. It's that quiet inner knowing that guides you toward what feels true. When making decisions, take a moment to ask yourself, what feels right? Trusting your intuition allows you to make choices that align with your soul's purpose and lead to greater fulfillment. 3. Release fear and limiting beliefs. The lower self is often driven by fear and limiting beliefs. To align with your higher self, it's essential to let go of these fears and beliefs that are holding you back. Practice releasing fear through affirmations, meditation, or simply by taking small steps outside of your comfort zone. As you release fear, you create space for your higher self to guide you. 4. Act with integrity and authenticity. Your higher self is always aligned with your core values and desires. When you act with integrity and authenticity, you are living in harmony with your higher self. Reflect on what truly matters to you and make decisions that reflect your deepest values. Authenticity allows you to express who you truly are without fear or compromise. 5. Practice gratitude and compassion. The higher self operates from a place of love, compassion, and gratitude. By practicing gratitude and showing compassion to yourself and others, you align with the energy of your higher self. Gratitude helps you shift your focus from lack to abundance, and compassion opens your heart to love and connection. The choice between the higher self and lower self is a daily one. Every moment presents an opportunity to align with your truest, highest potential or to give in to the fear and limitations of the lower self. By practicing mindfulness, listening to your intuition, and acting from a place of love and authenticity, you can strengthen your connection with your higher self and live a life of greater peace, fulfillment, and purpose. Choosing the higher self is not always easy, but it is always worth it. The more you align with your higher self, the more your life will unfold with ease and grace. You will begin to attract the people, opportunities, and experiences that support your growth and alignment with your soul's purpose. You will feel more confident, more connected, and more fulfilled in every area of your life. Thank you for taking the time to explore this journey with us. Remember, the choice is yours. Choose your higher self and let the magic unfold.